7.6 guided practice with Mr. V. I'm going to be doing the evens, and then just make sure that you know that this is on midpoint as well as the distance formula. So we're obviously going to need those in our notes, and here they are. Just remember that our midpoint formula, the final answer, has to be in an XY, and that would be where this is your X and this is your Y. And then the distance formula, which would be number 2, and we'll just go along with that. All right, so for the first one, well, since we have these points here, we could either do it where it would be Pythagorean theorem, or we could do the distance by finding the points. So what you could do is right here, I know that this is 4 from here to here. Here to 0 is 4, and then plus 5, that's going to be 9, right? And this side is going to be 1. So 1 squared plus 9 squared is equal to 1 plus 82. So therefore, the square root of 83. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. So then, since it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared, you would have 1 squared, a squared, plus b squared, which is 9 squared, is equal to c squared. And that would be this distance right here. And that's what we're looking for. So this would be 1 plus 81 is equal to, sorry, it's not 83. It's equal to c squared. So 82 is equal to c squared. So then in order to find out what c is, you have to take the square root of it. So the square root of 82 is 9.05. All right, so for 4, now we have points here. So that's where this equation is going to come in. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to label it. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. I'm going to take those and I'm going to plug those in. So start off with my radical, and I'm going to have x2, which is negative 7, minus x1, which is a negative 2 squared, plus y2, which is 7, minus y1, which is 3 squared. So then negative 2 minus, negative 7 minus a negative 2 is negative 5. Negative 5 squared is 25. 7 minus 3 is 4 times 2. No, I'm sorry, not times 2. The second power is 16, so that'd be plus 16. I would then get 25 plus 16 is equal to 41. And I would just take that square root and that'd be 6.4 for that one. All right, so for this one, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I know my x1, x2, so it's going to be negative 2 minus a negative 6 squared plus negative 10 minus a negative 10 squared, and that's all going to be underneath the radical. So then what I'm going to do is negative 2 minus a negative 6 would be a positive 4. And then plus negative 10 minus a negative 10 would be 0. So then I have to do 4 squared, which is equal to 16. And remember, this is all under the radical, so the square root of 16 plus 0. So the square root of 16 is equal to 4. All right, find the midpoint between the 2 points. So for here, what I need to do, and we know what for finding midpoint, is x1 plus x2 over 2, and y1 plus y2 over 2. y2. Okay, so x1, x2, y1, y2. So I'm going to have 0 plus 5. And all I've done is for these 2 points right here, I've just found out their coordinates. So 0 plus 5 over 2 is for my x, and then 0 plus 4 over 2 is for my y, and then I'll just simplify, so it'll be 5 over 2. And then 0 plus 4 is 4, divided by 2 is 2. And that would be for number 8. You could also do 2.5, 2. Either one of these works. All right, let's do the same thing. X1, Y1, I'm sorry, X1, X2, Y1, Y2. So I'm going to do -1 plus -6 over 2. That's going to be my X spot. Then I'm going to do -6 plus 5 over 2. So what that's going to give me is a -1 plus -6 is -7 over 2 in my X. And then -6 plus 5 is 1, so 1/2. Let's see if I'm right on number 10. Looks good to me. -1 plus -3 would be -4 over 2. And then 1 plus 7 is 8 over 2. And then we just got to reduce, which would then equal -2, 4. So final answer there, final answer there, final answer there. All right, so for 13, you found out a certain answer. Then you want to find the midpoint between Walt and Cosheville. So Walt City is located here, Cosheville is located at here, so you just got to find the midpoint. So we're just going to plug that into our midpoint. So it's going to be -1 plus 4, which would be -3 over 2. And then -3 plus 9, which would be -6. No, I'm sorry, +6 over 2. So the math's I can reduce that. So that's going to be -3 over 2, and then 3. And there's your answer. This last one solves this equation. We're just going to distribute -28x minus 49 equals -168. And then I'm going to add 49 to each side. So I'm going to do -168 plus 49 is equal to -119. So I'm going to add -28x. I'm going to divide by -28 to each side. And I believe that's the wrong number, but -19 divided by, I get x is equal to 4.25, but that doesn't look right on the answer key, so let's see what I did wrong. I already know what I did wrong. So 4 times 7, so that's going to be -28x. And then -4 times 7, so it's going to be -28. It's equal to -168. So -168, and then we're going to add 28. So -28x is going to be equal to -140. Then I'm going to divide that by -28, and I'm going to get x is equal to 5, and that's it. All right, so this is a little bit trickier. Just make sure that you check answers. We gave you the answer key, all right? So make sure you check your answers. Number 2, email us if you have questions. Hope you guys have a good day.